Female reporter from a Mexican television channel claims that she was harassed by members of the New York Jets. She claims that she was harassed by them while she was in their locker room interviewing them. She claims that she was harassed out in the football field, except the reasons that she gives are a little sketchy. The football.
All right, so here's part of the things. They're on the practice field. Mark Sanchez, they claim, was kept overthrowing the ball on purpose so that it would land somewhere near her, so that the other guys can go and pick up the football and check her out.
Yeah, schwang, wang, wang.
Okay, fun for everybody. Then she's in the locker room, and she says she doesn't even hear it, but other reporters came up to her, another female reporter, and said, they're talking about you and how they're apparently, in some ways, attracted to her, right? And then, so she then feels uncomfortable and gets into a situation where, she makes, a statement about it. And now the Jets are in a little bit of trouble.
Now, just so I'm 100% clear, and I looked around for this, no one ever touched her. It's all verbal stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely, of course.
Okay.
No one touched her. If they had touched her, we'd have a serious issue. I mean, not to say that this isn't serious, I'm just saying.
Look, this is serious, but with the way that everyone's talking about it.
That is quite serious.
Okay, with the way that everyone's talking about it, I assume that it was much worse than what I had read.
Oh, come on now. Okay, look, let's get real now. Okay, by the way, her name is Ines Sainz, and she is smoking hot. Okay, and as I look at that body, I mean, come on. Everybody in the country is thinking, would I throw a ball near her to go pick it up? Of course! Of course I would. Now, of course, the Jets should be more professional than just slobbering all over a reporter. And they, in the locker room, they shouldn't, if they got a female reporter trying to do her job there, they shouldn't be like, hey, right? Now, at the same time, she says she didn't even hear it, right? So how bad could they have been when she didn't even hear it? And if they're not directing it at her, are they not allowed to make any jokes inside their own locker room about anybody, whether it's a reporter or anybody else? What if there was a really hot woman in the stands? Could they not say, I hope nobody's actually doing that. That would get you in trouble. So, Anna, where do you come out on this?
Oh, God. My opinion on this is so controversial.
Oh, controversy. I like it. Okay. Let me cue it up.
As a woman, I know I'm supposed to say, oh, my God, this is unacceptable. How dare they? But come on, man. Look, you're an attractive woman, and I hate to say this, but you're dressed provocatively in a man's locker room, in a men's locker room. I mean, of course they're going to say things. That's my take on it.
You know what? I join you in the controversy. Jets, not guilty. Okay? Now, if you say something directly to her, that totally changes the equation, right? Certainly if you touch her, that massively changes the equation. You're totally and utterly guilty, right? But you said something about her that somebody else overheard in your own locker room? What, are they not men? No, it's crazy. I mean, look, it could have been anybody. And you do have to be professional in how you treat her. If she's in the middle of an interview and you try to, you're like, oh, you got a hot bod, la, 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 la. No, we can't have it, right?
Yeah, or even if while she's trying to interview you, you're staring at her breasts and you haven't looked at her face at all. Even that, she claims that she heard from one of her colleagues that they were talking about her. I mean, come on.
By the way, she's also, we don't know if it's her that's billing herself this way or her network, which is, by the way, Azteca. They claim that she's the hottest reporter, right? So if you go around
in the world.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Oh,
okay.
really?
Okay, I don't know if they say in the world or in Mexico or in North America, but they're like, you dress like that and then you come in and you're hot and you say I'm the hottest reporter around, and if somebody makes a comment about how you're hot, that can't be wrong, can it?
Can I just say this? If Azteca is really marketing her that way, I'm pissed off at Azteca. Okay? Because they're degrading her and representing her as just a hot body rather than someone who's a sports reporter. That kind of gets under my skin.
I say not guilty.
Are you even mad at them, or are you mad at her for accepting that? Because then she can say, no, I don't want to be seen as that, so bye. And then I get someone else.
I'm kind of mad for her. I'm kind of mad if she did accept that, and if this is even true.
No, I know it's different. I know it's different for guys and girls, and I get that at the historical context, etc.
Yeah.
But if somebody was billing me as the hottest anchor, I'd be like, that's awesome.
No, but you wouldn't think that's awesome if people totally ignored your intelligence and only focused on what you look like.
That's a little hard though, because my intelligence is so overwhelming. All right, no, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. All right, JR, go
I feel like this has been going on forever. They've been talking about female reporters in locker rooms of professional athletes for decades, I feel like. Probably since the 90s you've been hearing about this. And I didn't know if they ever really came up with a solution to the problem, because really, if you're going to get specific and technical, yeah, these guys are, I'm not sure if they're there when they're naked or if there's a buffer time zone, because that used to be the situation. Maybe they changed that. But you're looking at naked dudes. Why aren't they harassed? Why aren't they like, oh, there's a woman in here looking at my balls? I mean, it's kind of, you can be offended just the same way. So if you're in the situation, you need to understand what situation you're in. So maybe you'll tell, oh, stop crying and bitch, you professional athletes. A hot woman's looking at you when you're naked. Well, if you want to be there reporting on this sport, maybe, I'm not saying she should be subjected to anything that's wrong or nasty or directed her where it's going to make her feel like she shouldn't be there or less than a person and that stuff. Actually, I follow Ocho Cinco on Twitter, right? He was talking about this earlier. He said, I've been playing ball for 10 years, and I've never seen a female reporter dressed this way. Respecting her is a must, but be professional when you come into our workplace. And he put up this shot. So he pointed out she's walking around looking like this. So,
Right.
yeah, respect her, but respect your position too,
Jets totally not guilty. No, I'm not buying any part of this story. This story is over. Okay, it's done. Except it's not, because now Clinton Portis is going to bring it back. By the way, just real quick note on JR's point. Look, why is this even an issue? Why don't they go with the high school standard? We used to get interviewed. We're a nationally ranked team. It's not a big deal. Starting me in a linebacker. Not a big deal at all. Anyway, in high school, and they're not going to come into a high school locker room and look at kids, right? So the reporters would wait right outside the locker room, and the coach would call you in to get interviewed, and you'd go and talk to them, whether they were women or men. Problem solved. Why am I the only one who figured this out? Okay, so now Clinton Portis is going to get himself in a little bit of trouble, and this is going to be fun. Same issue.
Okay, so Clinton Portis, he's from the Washington Redskins, and he weighed in on this issue. And he claims that when there's a nice woman in a room with 53 men, they will want to say something. Okay, so he issued this public statement. He continues to say, he continues to claim that she was probably interested in one of the many football players in the locker room.
Okay, now all this is fine so far. I'm a little amused by it, but wait till you hear the last quote.
Okay, this is the last quote. You put a woman and you give her a choice of 53 athletes. Somebody's got to be appealing to her. Somebody got to spark her interest. She's going to want somebody. I don't know what kind of woman won't if you get to go and look at 53 men's packages.
No, come on. That last part was awesome. It's like, I love the way Portis is thinking. Like, you put a woman into a locker room, and she's looking at 53 different packages. She's got to like something, one of those packages. Clinton, I don't think that's necessarily how women think. I don't think maybe some women, sure, we're all, we're biological creatures, we have certain needs. But I don't think a woman comes in and goes like, oh, 53 different packages. Which one do I open on Christmas?